Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War video. In tonight's video, we're going to be talking about the AK47, which is one of the best assault rifles and in my opinion, one of the best overall guns in this game as of right now. And I'm going to give you guys some tips for using this weapon as well as the best class setup for the AK47. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. If you could smack a like on this thing, that would be absolutely incredible. Let's go ahead and go for 274 likes. If we could hit that, that would be amazing. Also subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and be sure to hit that notification bell because I'm going to be covering everything you guys need to know about Cold War, best class setups, going through all of the weapons that I, care about, use, and I think are important, and also covering some tips and tricks and news and updates. So let's get right into this. Drop a like, subscribe, and here we go. Now the AK47, this is a really good AR, and the first thing I want to say is with the balance in this game is it's done. I don't know if you would say the gun balance is really good in this game, but one thing is good that's good is that for the most part, SMGs absolutely destroy up close, and ARs absolutely destroy in that mid to long range, which ARs are used for. And that's the same with the AK-47, although I find that this weapon does a particularly good job. I mean, a lot of these ARs are really fast time to kill, and the AK-47 is no stranger in that regard. It's really good up, so even when an enemy surprises you up close, if they get that first shot on you with the MP5, yeah, you're probably done, but in an even gunfight against an MP5, you could sometimes beat players, especially if you know how to strafe left and right and jump shot and take on those gunfights. So I don't find myself to be completely helpless up close with the AK-47, but it is of course a weapon where you want to hold the enemies to mid to long ranges and use the fact that this gun doesn't have too much recoil, honestly, even with especially with the attachment setup, you could say, because some of the attachments do hurt and add more recoil, but also some of the other things like make this weapon a lot easier to control and just kill a lot faster, especially at range with this class setup we're going to talk about. But the main thing with this weapon is, yeah, use this at mid to long ranges, and remember with this weapon, most of the recoil is just going to be up and down. It's a classic AK-47. If you've used AKs in previous Call of Duty games, they're always notorious for that up and down sort of bounce recoil pattern, which can be annoying in certain games. Like Modern Warfare 2, in that game, a lot of the guns didn't have much recoil, and the AK bouncing was a little bit too much compared to the other guns, which made it not, I mean, it was a good gun in MW2, but it did not compete with the top of the top, like FAMAS, burst weapon, and the ACR, and whatever else. Like, there was a lot of really good AR. I mean, every gun in MW2 is really good. So is the AK, but definitely wasn't on the stronger, like, near the top. But in this game, I think it really is, because that recoil bounce is not nearly as annoying. And remember, to pull down against that recoil pattern on your right thumbstick is usually the best way to use this weapon. So let's go ahead and get into a class setup. I have this weapon maxed out. I have a couple of my friends helping me to, when I'm not playing on the account, when I'm sleeping or I'm making videos, they're helping me to continue that weapon XP grind, because it takes so damn long in this game to level up all your weapons. So because of that, I'm able to get these weapons, maxed out or, close to the top of the levels, test out the attachments that I need to test out, show you guys the class setups, and really give you guys a good setup for when you do hit that max rank or get, work your way up through those ranks of these weapons. So my AK-47 is maxed out here, and this is the class setup that we have right here. I will show it up on the screen, and I like to run this with perk greed. Now, the options here, because I do have a high level AK, as I could go with when I'm designing this class setup, the 8 attachments, or I can go with the 5 attachments and the 6 perks. And personally, as far as the game goes right now, I think you really need those perk 1s and perks 3s, so because of the UAV spam, people listening for your footsteps, and the stuns and grenade spam is just off the charts with everyone using danger close, which gives them the extra stuns and the extra nades, and just, even people resupplying out, resupplying equipment. It's absolutely crazy. So this class stuff, as you can see right here, I go with the 5 attachments, and even if I went with the 8, I really like the default sight on the AK, so it's kind of just wasting a slot right there unless you like one of the sights more than the default, because then you only use 7 anyway, so you only get 2 bonus, if you guys know what I'm saying. So here's the class setup. Pretty standard stuff. A really good shotgun as the secondary, AK-47, stim shot, frag grenade, field mic. Those 3 are pretty much standard on all my setups so far. Stim shot, frag, and field mic. If you do want to customize the frag, I mean, definitely you can go with Semtex or C4. And stim shot and field mic, I haven't really found a reason so far to switch up on those. Those work very well for me. It is just unfortunate when you get that field mic in the right position and the enemies go and take it out. So I think one thing that I need to work on, and I definitely recommend everyone else works on as well, is when you do place those field mics, protect that thing like it means everything to you, because if you, like, sometimes I'll just run over here and then let the field mic watch that area, and then the enemy destroys, and I'm like, if I know if I camp that field mic, I could, I could have protected it and gotten like 3 to 4 kills off that. So I'm going to try to place my field mics aggressively, but in a spot where I know it's a power position where I can hold down. Then with the perks, flak jacket, tac mask, task, pretty obvious in that first perk slot. Second perk, Quartermaster and Assassin. Now, Quartermaster is nice, and as far as that second blue perk, I don't really, I've been testing it out. I'm not really sure exactly what I want to go with, so I've just been throwing on Assassin because why not? Maybe get a tiny bit of extra score sometimes. But a lot of those second perks aren't really that useful. Like you'd think maybe Scavenger, if this is a try-hard setup, you want to go with Scavenger. However, with the magazine I use, it gives me a lot of extra ammo capacity and starting ammo, and we'll get to that in a second when we go through the attachments. And also there's these resupply packages around the map, and just picking up weapons. And even if you run out of ammo, you have a look at this. You got like a freaking, what is this? It's like a Spaz 12. It's a secondary, right? So I can just destroy people, and then you just get one kill, take their weapon. Everyone else is running around with the MP5, so you don't really have to worry about Scavenger, right? Like, what's gonna happen? You're gonna kill someone and pick up a ground loot, and it's gonna be a fully decked out MP5 because that's what everyone is rocking right now in this game. So that's what we have as perk 2. Perk 3, Ninja and Ghost, very, very, very good. A more, like, you could say a stealth setup, but at this point it's just pretty standard. Ninja, Ghost, Gung Ho are probably the most competitive in that third perk slot, and Ghost and Ninja on this class setup because I'm not going to be switching weapons too much. I'm not going to need to shoot while sprinting, and it's just more useful on this sort of a setup where it's not an overkill setup with 2 primaries. Most of my, like, the far majority of my kills will be with the AK, not the shotgun secondary. Now, let's go through the attachments. On this, I like to run as the muzzle the KGB Eliminator, which is a very nice as the muzzle. It gives you 85% on the muzzle flash concealment and 17% vertical recoil control, which, like I said, is a very, very huge thing because vertical recoil is probably, on most guns, it's the most impactful, and especially on the AK here. So what it gives me is minus 10% on shooting move speed, which is fairly unfortunate, and minus 10% on horizontal recoil. Once again, those two do hurt you, and it is, they've been doing this with the attachments for a little bit now in Call of Duty, where it gives you a positive, but it also gives you a negative. And overall, though, that is an easy trade, and that's what I go with as far as the best muzzle that I run on this one, the AK. The barrel, I like to go with the 18.2 takedown, which gives you 150% effective damage range boost and a minus 5% sprinting move speed deduction. So that is very, very nice. That effective damage range, like I said, this is a weapon where it's going to be used at those mid to long ranges if you can. A lot of the times I've just been using it on whatever map because I like this gun, but ideally if you're playing like a map like Satellite, you're patrolling that mid, this weapon can go absolutely ham, and that effective damage range is really nice. Now the 20-inch barrel, which is the Snaz, gives you 11 damage, 50 range, 50 bullet velocity, but minus 33 starting ammo, minus 20 on the vertical recoil, and minus 15 on the horizontal recoil. And in my opinion, like I said, a lot of your gunfights, I'm using this, if I'm fighting people up close, you're going to go with more of an SMG with the way the gun balance is in this game. So I find that the 18.2 takedown barrel is the one that I prefer with that effective damage range bonus, and not worrying about adding more recoil and taking away more of my starting ammo. That's basically it. The damage boost can be nice and the bullet velocity can be nice, but damage range is very effective for the where you should be using this gun, I guess, in those longer range fights where you can beat players who are running around with the MP5. You catch them a bit out of their range, but be careful if you're too close that they might beat you, but you catch them out of your range, you're able to win that gunfight. The magazine, I like the 50 round fast mag, and the 50 round fast mag is nice. It does give you, I believe it's like minus, 25% on your ADS speed, something around that, which is unfortunate, but I have other things that make up for that in my next attachment, which you will see. But 50 round fast mag, it's really, really nice. You get 67% boost on the magazine ammo capacity, which means you now have 50 rounds, which is amazing. 35% reload quickness, 67% max starting ammo, 67% ammo capacity. This thing is just amazing, and I did experiment with the other magazines, or I think like 1 or 2 of the other ones that are pretty good. I was like, maybe these ones would be better because it doesn't hit me as much on the ADS speed, but no, the 25% ADS speed, it's not a big deal, especially when you have these other attachments, which we're going to get into, and increasing that ammo, like having 50 rounds and being able to reload fast and having more ammo. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible, and a very, very strong attachment on this weapon. For the handle, I use the GRU Elastic Wrap, which gives you 30 on ADS speed, 90 on flinch resistance, and the ability to aim while prone, minus 10% on the shooting move speed, and minus 15% on the sprint to fire. So once again, costing me on the shooting move speed, which is a little bit unfortunate, and the sprint to fire, but look at the stuff you get out of that. 30% ADS speed, 90% flinch resistance, and the ability to aim while prone, which honestly I don't think is a big deal. I mean, I don't think I've ever really even used that on this weapon, like drop shotting people. It's That not really the move in this game as much as, although you can. Honestly, I think that might be a move though. If people start, no one expects drop shots. So if people start running those attachments with MP5s or like 74Us or something like that and just drop shotting every fight, that would be interesting. But on a weapon like this, it's more jump shotting and strafing, and the flinch resistance is so key. ADS speed, I mean, it's just absolutely awesome. Next is the stock, and this attachment is crazy good. This is one of the best attachments I've seen so far. The KGB skeletal stock. This one is pretty much, you want to lock this one in because it's very, very nice. 30% sprint to fire time, 40% aim walking move speed, and the punishment, minus 30% hip fire accuracy. Who really cares? You're not supposed to be hip firing with this weapon anyway, like I said. And increasing that sprint to fire time and the aim walking move speed, just that really does help you in gunfights when whether you're caught off guard or whether you are on guard and you're strafing to win that gunfight. Very, very key. So those are the attachments I go with on the maxed out AK47. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Smack a like if you guys did make it to the end of the video. That'd be very much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'll catch you on the next one. And I'm out. Peace.